Hello and welcome to Matcha Mornings, part of the Wander Barn Podcast Network. I'm your host, Amanda Kingsmith, and I'm excited to dive deep on topics around holistic health, the power of food, hormone health, how the practices of yoga can impact our health and well-being, and much more. So grab your cup of tea, settle in, and let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to Matcha Mornings. My name is Amanda Kingsmith and I will be your host for this and all episodes of the show. I am a 500-hour registered yoga teacher, a world traveler, and a podcast host, of course. I'm the co-host of a travel podcast called The World Wanders and the host of MBO, Mastering the Business of Yoga, both of which are a part of the Wander Barn Podcast Network that this podcast is part of too. While my educational background is in business and marketing, I am deeply passionate about holistic health and wellness, as well as hormone health. My passion is deeply rooted in my own journey and struggles with hormone health, which I'll talk about more in detail on the very first episode of this show. To give you the short version, though, it's been a long, challenging process that started when I was a teenager, and as an early 30s woman who hasn't yet had children, I know the journey is really just getting started. The more I've learned about holistic health, the more I've learned about how everything is connected. I'm deeply curious about how my body works and why it does the things that it does. And I can't wait to grow, learn, and share alongside you through this podcast. Matcha Mornings has been a project that I've had in the back of my mind for a while now, and I'm so excited to see it come to fruition because it means that I get to tackle big health and wellness questions, talk to interesting people about their journeys with health, wellness, and hormones, all while weaving in my passion and knowledge to help educate others who are interested in similar topics. I've spent hours curled up with a big cup of tea reading about these topics or huddled up in a cafe sipping a matcha latte, hence the name, with a good friend having these exact conversations. But really, these types of conversations are so important that we have to be having them on a bigger scale. So I'd like to invite you to join me on this journey of growth as we learn about holistic health, hormones, yoga, and much, much more. Grab a cup of tea, a matcha latte, a coffee, or whatever you like to drink. Maybe it's even a glass of wine, and let's dive in. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Matcha Mornings. To find links mentioned in this episode, show notes, photos, and more, head on over to wanderbarn.com/podcast/matcha-mornings. To be the first to know about brand new episodes of Matcha Mornings, subscribe on your podcast app. If you enjoyed this episode of the show, please leave a review or send me an email at wanderbarn@gmail.com with the subject line Matcha Mornings. To follow along with me, Amanda Kingsmith, you can find me on Instagram at Amanda Kingsmith to learn more about other fun projects I'm working on. To find more great podcasts like this one on topics such as travel, the business of yoga, cryptocurrency, and more, head on over to wanderbarn.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.